would you want to live in fear that the air that you are breathing can cause cancer? In my previous speech, I discussed the fact that the area in which I live is called Cancer Alley because the more than 150 chemical plants located here give off toxic emissions that are known to cause cancer. I do understand the tremendous positive effects that the chemical industry has on the economy of Louisiana, but something must be done to stop or at least control the cancer-causing pollutants that they are emitting. We must all take a stand against this pollution that is slowly poisoning its residents of Cancer Alley. I cannot stress enough how serious this situation is to not just me, but to everyone. In fact, probably most of this class is now living in Cancer Alley, even if it is only a temporary residence for some of you. The dangers of pollution began to surface very slowly. For example, in the 1960s, people began noticing early signs of pollution, such as the disappearance of lightning bugs. In Geismar, which is only 18 miles from LSU, 30 cows died mysteriously one night in 1981. The effects of pollution grew worse. One resident of Cancer Alley, Dorothy Jenkins, says that the smell is so bad that she sometimes puts her head in the refrigerator just to breathe. In Carville, another area very close to LSU, the toxic emissions are so bad that the residents have to hose off their yards to remove the yellow residue that falls. The scariest facts of all are the health problems caused by these toxic emissions. During the late 1980s, as many as 1 in 3 pregnancies in St. Gabriel ended in a miscarriage. And the rate of cancer for those of us who live in Cancer Alley is 50 times greater than Americans living elsewhere. What can be done to protect ourselves against this pollution? Leaving is not an option for me since Plaquemine is my home and where my family is. The chemical plants and possibly more are here to stay. They have enormous power and control in Louisiana because of their positive economic effects. They lobby in the legislature to make sure that the elected officials give them the freedom to keep producing. One person cannot fight these big and powerful chemical plants alone. The best course of action for us is to join one of the citizens groups formed to promote less pollution from the chemical plants. These groups also lobby, and they push for reforms and control of the chemical pollution. These groups also appeal to their elected officials, making it aware that in order for them to stay in office, they must do what they can to make their citizens happy. Since there is strength in numbers, the more of us who join the fight, the more of us can be successful. These groups have been very successful in the past. The group Earth Justice was successful in challenging in the court air permits of the Formosa plant in St. James, Louisiana. The group Together Louisiana was successful in pushing for the rejection of a new tax break for the chemical plants last year. We must all join the fight against the chemical plants polluting our beautiful state of Louisiana. The voices of 10,000 shouting in unison are so much louder, and we will be heard more than once than a voice speaking on its own. This is why citizen groups against the pollution in Cancer Alley can be so successful. With modern technology today, these chemical plants polluting Cancer Alley can find a way to manufacture their products without causing harm to the area and its citizens. We, the citizens, must demand this. Our future will be so much brighter, and if we enjoy all the positive economic effects of the chemical industry, without worrying about the harmful effects on our health. Clean air and water should be the right of all Americans, even those of us who live in Cancer Alley. We must all join together to make sure that the pollution of the chemical plants does not destroy our lives, and joining one of these many citizen groups fighting for this is the best way that we can help. A recent study by LSU shows that the Mississippi River has actually gotten cleaner since Congress passed the Clean Air Act, which proves that the pollution can be improved and even reversed. With everyone's help, we citizens of Cancer Alley will be able to enjoy clean air and water just like the other Americans who are not living in Cancer Alley.